Welcome to How to Music Tech. This is part 1 in this series. Introduction. Throughout this series we'll be going through the manual of the Zoom G3Xn and G3n. Each tutorial will be less than 2 minutes long and will aim to answer a specific part of the manual. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to ask them on this video. The G3Xn comes with a patch capacity of 150, has 77 built-in stomp box effects. You can chain up to 7 effects in one go. You get a chromatic tuner, drum machine and a looper, as well as being able to download additional effects. Welcome to How to Music Tech. This is part 2 in this series. Controls Overview. As you can see, you get 3 displays. Each display has their own set of parameter knobs, and each one also has their own dedicated type buttons, allowing you to change the type of effect you're using. They also have their own foot switch, allowing you to turn effects on and off, or also for changing patches. Down the bottom here you get foot switches for changing banks and also for scrolling through effects. You get a dedicated memory and stomp foot switch, which you can also use for the tuner and the tap tempo. Up the top here you get the menu key to access the menu, and then you get a knob here which you use to navigate the menu, which is also push to enter. And on the G3Xn you get the expression pedal on the right. Welcome to How to Music Tech. This is part 3 in this series. Rear panel. On the rear panel you get your guitar input jack, which will be located just behind here. You get an auxiliary in for audio input. You also get your stereo output jacks, so you've got left and right here. You use the left for mono as well as just for headphones. You get a USB slot to connect to a computer. You get the on-off switch here, and you get the power supply jack there. Welcome to How to Music Tech. This is part 4 in this series. How to switch the unit on and off. Ensure that the AC adapter is connected and switched on at the plug. Make sure you lower the amp volume on your amp. Use a switch on the back panel to switch the unit on, just like so. Once it's all loaded up, you can then raise the amp level back up. The unit automatically starts up in the previous mode when it was last switched off. And to switch it off again, you just flick the switch to the off position. Welcome to How to Music Tech. This is part 5 in this series. Difference between stomp and memory mode. The G3Xn and the G3n have 2 different play modes. You can change it using this button here. The stomp mode allows you to turn effects on and off with foot switches like a pedal board with individual effects. As you can see on the display now, each foot switch has its own effect. So you can turn the drive off, turn the drive back on. And then the memory mode allows you to change between patches and banks using the foot switches. Like so. Welcome to How to Music Tech. This is part 6 in this series. How to switch between showing parameters or effect name in stomp mode. Make sure you're in stomp mode using the foot switch down here. And then you press the edit effect knob located up here to toggle the display between showing parameters or effect name. As you can see at the moment here, it shows the parameters. If you press the button, it will show you which type of effect. So you've got the amp here and you've got a drive pedal there. And to go back, just press the button again. Welcome to How to Music Tech. This is part 7 in this series. How to show the effects in a patch in memory mode. Make sure you're in memory mode using the foot switch down here. Press the edit effect knob located up here to show the effects in the patch. As you can see now on the screen on this, you can see the effects in the patch. You can also scroll across using the knob that you use to get onto this screen. Like so, and then when you're finished, press down on the knob again. Welcome to How to Music Tech. This is part 8 in this series. How to change between stomp and memory mode. We're currently in memory mode now. If you press the foot switch down here on the right, you'll change into stomp mode. As you can see now, the effects are now displayed on the display. You've got a drive pedal on foot switch 1 and the amp on foot switch 2 at the moment. To get back to memory mode, press the memory and stomp foot switch again, and now you go back to memory mode. Welcome to How To Music Tech. This is part 9 in this series. How to turn effects on and off in stomp mode. Make sure you're in stomp mode using the memory and stomp foot switch down the bottom. To turn an effect on and off, press the foot switch that corresponds with that effect. As you can see here, we've got a delay on foot switch number 3. If you press down on foot switch number 3, the LED light will go off and the delay effect will turn off. The same for the noise reduction on foot switch number 2. And to turn them back on again, just press down on the foot switch that corresponds to the effect you want to turn on or off. Welcome to How To Music Tech. This is part 10 in this series. How to change the effect in a patch. Make sure you're in stomp mode using the foot switch down here, and then press the type button to change to another effect. So we're on a delay here, and it's an analog delay. If you press the type up button, it will scroll through the effects. If you press the down button, it will scroll backwards through the effects. Like so. Welcome to How To Music Tech. This is part 11 in this series. How to scroll through effect categories quickly. In stomp mode, on an effect you want to edit, so we'll go for the delay on foot switch number 3. Press and hold the up type key, and then press the down type key to go through the categories. So you've got drive, amp, cabinet, modulation, special effects, delay, reverb, rhythm, looper, or just straight through. And this can also be done the other way around. So if you press and hold the down type key and then press the up one, it will scroll up through the categories. Just like so. Welcome to How To Music Tech. This is part 12 in this series. Process overflow warning, what to do. The G3Xn and the G3n can have up to 7 effects combined in any order. Some effects use more processing power than others, in particular delays and the amps. If you exceed this, a process overflow warning will appear like it has on screen number 1. If this happens, you'll need to change some effects or delete some effects from the chain. If you press type down, up or down, it will choose a different delay, and that one is actually okay to use in this chain at the moment. But if you go up again, that one's not currently able to use. That one is okay to use. So it depends on which ones you're using throughout your chain as to which ones you might have to change. Welcome to How To Music Tech. This is part 13 in this series. How to adjust effect parameters. In stomp mode, which is this mode here, use knobs 1, 2, 3 and 4 to adjust effect parameters directly above the corresponding knob. So for this delay pedal, we've got a time, feedback, mix and tail. For the drive pedal, parameter knob number 1 adjusts the gain, number 2 the bass, number 3 the treble, and number 4 the volume. If you make any changes, it will automatically save unless you have turned autosave off. If autosave is off, a saving screen will appear when you change patches, which will prompt you to save the changes you've made. Welcome to How To Music Tech. This is part 14 in this series. How to scroll through effects on display. As you can see, we're in stomp mode at the moment, and we currently have the delay, drive and the start of the amp on display. Use the scroll left and right foot switches to change which one's on display. So we'll go to the end of the chain. Now you can see it will be tape, echo, delay and another delay. If you press the memory and stomp foot switch, it will then put those on the screen like so. Welcome to How To Music Tech. This is part 15 in this series. How to add effects to chain. On the patch you want to add effects to, go into Stomp mode. As you can see here, there is no effects on the current screens. There's a cable going through each of the displays. To add an effect to that screen, use the type buttons, like so. And from there you can use the type buttons again to change the effects for that foot switch. Welcome to How To Music Tech. This is part 16 in this series. How to delete an effect from the chain. On the patch you want to delete an effect from, press the menu button. Turn the select knob to delete and then press it down. From there you use the same knob to select the effect you want to delete. So we'll delete the noise gate, push it down, you'll get an "Are you sure?" message, press it down again to delete it. If you want to cancel your delete, when you get the "Are you sure?" message, just turn the knob instead. Welcome to How To Music Tech. This is part 17 in this series. How to change the effect order. On the effect you want to change, press down the menu key. Use the knob located here to select chain and then press it down to enter. From there you use the knob again to select the effect you want to move. So we'll go for the tape echo. You press down on the knob and then you use it, turn it to move positions with other effects, like so. And then when you've chosen where you want to put it, press down again and then you've moved the effect. Welcome to How To Music Tech. This is part 18 in this series. Changing the cabinet mic parameter for optimal sound. On the cabinet parameters, we've got a cab located here. Set the cab mic on or off depending on your connected device. If you have it on, it's best used for headphones or monitor speakers, or if you have it off, if you're connecting straight to an amplifier. Welcome to How To Music Tech. This is part 19 in this series. How to change patches. In memory mode, which is this mode here, you use foot switches 1, 2 and 3 to change between the patches on display in the current bank. The current patch that is in use will show as a white background and the foot switch LED for that one will be lit. If you want to change to either of the other patches, if you want to change to which is currently patch number 149, you press foot switch number 2. Now that shows as a white background. Or to change to patch number 150, you press foot switch number 3. Welcome to How To Music Tech. This is part 20 in this series. How to change banks. In memory mode, which is this mode here, use the bank up and down foot switches to change between banks. You press it one at a time, it will go up a bank, just like so. If you press the left one, it will go down banks, like so. You can also hold either foot switch to change banks continuously. And the same in the opposite direction. Welcome to How To Music Tech. This is part 21 in this series. How to set independent patch volume. Press the menu button for the patch you want to adjust the volume of. Turn the knob located here to select patch. Press it down to enter. And then you turn the same one onto level, press it down again, and then turn it to adjust the volume for that patch individually. When you've finished editing it, press it down again to exit, and then press the menu button to go back to the previous screen. Welcome to How To Music Tech. This is part 22 in this series. How to change the name of a patch. On the patch you want to change, press the menu key located here. Use the select knob to select patch and press down to enter. Then you use it again to go to the characters on the right hand screen. As you can see, there's an arrow above the characters. On the one you want to edit, press it down and then you turn it again to edit. You can get uppercase, lowercase, numbers and symbols doing this. If you want to change through those quickly, when you're editing it, press it down and hold it and it will go through symbols, uppercase, lowercase or a space. When you finish editing that character, press down, change the character, press again to enter. And same again until you've finished. When you finish editing it, press the menu button again and it will change the patch name for that patch, like so. Welcome to How To Music Tech. This is part 23 in this series. How to save a patch to another location. On the patch you want to save to another location, press down on the menu key. Turn the knob located here to save. Then turn the select knob to locate the destination of where you want to save it. As you can see, it's changing on this one, so we'll change it to one of those ones. We'll go for patch 147 and then press down to save to that location. You'll get an "Are you sure?" yes or no. Select yes, press to enter, or if you want to cancel, select no and press to enter. As you can see, that patch now has moved to number 147. Welcome to How To Music Tech. This is part 24 in this series. How to swap the location of two patches. On the patch you want to swap the location of, press down the menu key. Use the knob to the left of it to select swap. Press to enter. And then you can use the knob to select a patch to swap it with. So we'll go for patch number 148 to swap it with. Press down to enter. Select no and press to enter to cancel, or select yes to execute and then press down to enter. So those two will now have swap places, as you can see there. Welcome to How To Music Tech. This is part 25 in this series. How to adjust the master level. Press the menu key located up here. Use this to select master level. Push down to enter. From there you can use the knob to adjust the master level. It can be set anywhere between 0 and 120. When you're finished, press the menu key to exit. Or alternatively, in memory or stomp mode, you can just use the push to enter knob to adjust the master level, like so. Welcome to How To Music Tech. This is part 26 in this series. How to turn the pre-select function on or off. The pre-select function allows you to change between banks and patches without changing the current sound that you're using of the current patch. Press the menu key located here. Turn the knob to the left to setup, like so, and then press to enter. Then you need to select pre-select, press it down to edit and to switch it on. Press down to confirm and then press the menu key to exit. Welcome to How To Music Tech. This is part 27 in this series. How to use the pre-select function. Ensure you have turned the pre-select function on, which can be seen in video number 26. In memory mode, which is this mode here, use the foot switches here to change banks. Once you start changing banks, all three of the foot switch LEDs will start flashing. You'll still be playing on the current patch that you're using, so sound will not change. When you found the bank that contains the patch you want to change to, You can stay there without touching anything else and you'll still be playing through the same patch. As soon as you want to change, hit the foot switch that corresponds to the one you want to change to, and it'll instantly change to that patch without having to cycle through all the other patches from number 1, which we were on, to number 26. And it will change like so. Welcome to How To Music Tech. This is part 28 in this series. How to turn eco mode on or off. If eco mode is on, the unit will power off if it is not used for 10 hours. Press the menu button located up here. Use the knob to go to setup. Press down to enter setup menu. Turn it to get to eco. Press down so you can change it. Once you've decided whether you want it on or off, press down again to make your selection and then press the menu button to go back to the previous screen. Welcome to How To Music Tech. This is part 29 in this series. How to set the autosave function. Autosave is on as a default setting. If autosave is off, a save prompt will appear when changing patches if they have been edited. Press the menu button located up here. Use the knob located on the left to go to setup. Press down to enter. Scroll along using the same knob to autosave. Press down to edit. Now you can toggle the autosave on or off. When you've decided how you want it, press down again to confirm and then press the menu button again to go back to the previous screen. Welcome to How To Music Tech. This is part 30 in this series. How to adjust the display contrast. Press the menu key located here. Use the knob to the left to select setup. Press down to enter. Scroll along to LCD contrast and press down to edit. And you can edit each screen individually. Use the knob that you were using to scroll to which screen you want to edit. Press down to edit that screen, and then you can set the contrast anywhere between 1 and 13. When you've finished editing each screen, press it to go back, and then press the menu button to go back to the previous screen. Welcome to How To Music Tech. This is part 31 in this series. How to activate the tuner in bypass mode. In memory or stomp mode, press and hold down the memory stomp foot switch until this screen appears, and then select foot switch number 1 like so, and now open the tuner in bypass mode. This means that the sound output is bypassing all the effects in the chain, and then you press the memory stomp again to exit the tuner. Welcome to How To Music Tech. This is part 32 in this series. How to activate the tuner in mute mode. In memory or stomp mode, press and hold the memory stomp foot switch located here until this screen appears, and then to enter the tuner in mute mode, press down on foot switch number 2. This means that when you're tuning, no sound is output at all. When you're finished, press again on the memory stomp foot switch to return to the previous screen. Like so. Welcome to How To Music Tech. This is part 33 in this series. How to tune a guitar. Open a tuner in the chosen mode you want, which is bypass or mute. You can see this in videos number 31 and 32. Play the open string of the string you want to tune, like so. The nearest note will appear on the screen in chromatic tuning. The nearest number will show for the other tuner settings. The note is in tune when all the arrows are pointing to the E in the middle, or whichever note you're tuning to. When you're finished tuning all of your strings, press the menu and stomp button to go back to the previous screen. Welcome to How To Music Tech. This is part 34 in this series. How to adjust the standard pitch of the tuner. Press the menu key located here. Use the knob next to it to select tuner. Press enter to enter the tuner settings. From there you can set the calibration. Press enter on the knob to edit. You can set this anywhere from 435 Hz all the way up to 445 Hz. As default it comes at 440 Hz. When you're finished, press the knob again to return to the menu, and then when you're finished, press the menu key to go back to the previous screen. Welcome to How To Music Tech. This is part 35 in this series. How to set the tuner type. Press the menu key located here. Use the knob next to it to select tuner and press it down to enter. Use a knob to go through to type. Press down to edit. You get chromatic, which when you're tuning shows to the nearest note. Or you can change it to guitar, open A, open D, open E, open G, or dadgad. If you're on any of these settings other than chromatic, the tunings will show a number. It will show 6 when you're tuning the low E string, 5 for the A string, 4 for the D string, 3 for the G string, 2 for the B string, and 1 for the high E string. When you've chosen your tuner type, press down to go back, and then press the menu button to go back to the previous screen. Welcome to How To Music Tech. This is part 36 in this series. How to use flat tunings. Press the menu key, use a knob next to it to select tuner and press enter. Use the knob to select flat, which is located on the right. You can drop the tuning by up to 3 semitones, just like so. But you can only use this if you're using any of the tunings other than chromatic. So you've got the open D, open A, dadgad, but it won't work for chromatic tuning, only for those ones. When you've finished, press the knob again to execute, and then press the menu button to go back to the previous screen. Welcome to How To Music Tech. This is part 37 in this series. How to use the rhythm patterns. In Stomp mode, you need to add a rhythm to one of the effects blocks. So you use the type keys to select rhythm. You can only add one rhythm effect per patch, and if you change the patch, the rhythm will stop. Welcome to How To Music Tech. This is part 38 in this series. How to start and stop rhythm playback. Once you've added a rhythm block to the chosen patch, which you can see in video 37, press the foot switch corresponding to the rhythm block to start playback. Just like so, the chosen pattern will continue on a loop. To stop playback, press the same corresponding foot switch. Just like so. Welcome to How To Music Tech. This is part 39 in this series. How to change the rhythm pattern. Once you've added a rhythm block to the chosen patch, which you can see in video 37, turn knob 1 of the effect screen corresponding to your rhythm block, which is, this would be on the one here. And from here you can change the different pattern. There are 68 different patterns to choose from in various genres and time signatures. So you get rock, rockabilly, hard rock, heavy metal, punk, emo, funk, jazz, R&B, 70s, 90s, Motown, all sorts. And then further to the end is where you get your different time signature ones, as well as metronomes. Welcome to How To Music Tech. This is part 40 in this series. How to change the rhythm tempo. Once you've added a rhythm block to your chosen patch, which you can see in video 37, turn knob number 3 of the effect screen corresponding to the rhythm block, which is this one here at the moment. The tempo can be set anywhere from 40 to 250 beats per minute, just like so. The tempo that is set here is also used by any effects and the looper. Welcome to How To Music Tech. This is part 41 in this series. How to adjust the rhythm volume. Once you've added a rhythm block to your chosen patch, which you can see in video 37, turn knob number 4 of the effects screen corresponding to the rhythm block. Knob number 4 is here, and then you can change the volume, and it can be set anywhere from 0 to 100, just like so. Welcome to How To Music Tech. This is part 42 in this series. How to use the looper. In Stomp mode, which is the mode we're in right now, you need to add a looper to one of the effects blocks. You use the type up and down switches to select the loopers. There are 4 different types of looper. You have a stereo looper, which uses up 2 units, a mono looper, which uses up 2 units, a stereo looper that uses up just 1 unit, or a mono looper that uses up just 1 unit. Once you've made your selection, it will stay there within the patch. Welcome to How To Music Tech. This is part 43 in this series. How to record and play a loop. Once you've added a looper to your chain, which you can see in video number 42, to start recording, press the foot switch for the first unit within a looper. So if you've got a 1 unit looper or a 2 unit looper, you always press the first foot switch. So press down on the foot switch to start recording. As you can see, there's a recording bar now going up. When you've finished and you want to stop recording and instantly start playback, press the foot switch again, and the loop that you've just recorded will continue playing on a loop. If the recording time is set, the loop will automatically stop recording and playback when the time is reached. Welcome to How To Music Tech. This is part 44 in this series. Things to know about the looper. If you're using a looper during rhythm playback, the recording will start after a pre-count. If you change a patch, it will stop the phrase recording and playback. This will delete the phrase recording as well. During rhythm playback, quantization is enabled, so even if the recording ending time is not exact, the loop will automatically be adjusted so the loop plays back in time with the rhythm. Changing the tempo of a rhythm during loop playback will erase the recorded phrase as well. Welcome to How To Music Tech. This is part 45 in this series. How to overdub with the looper. Once you've added a looper to your chain, either a single or double unit looper, which you can see in video number 42, once you're in playback mode, we're currently playing back a loop here, press the foot switch in the first unit of the looper. So even if you're using a 2 unit looper, press the first foot switch to start overdubbing. You can continue to overdub on the loop. It will just continue going through the loop cycle. When you're finished, press the foot switch again to return back to playback mode. Welcome to How To Music Tech. This is part 46 in this series. How to stop looper playback with a single unit looper. Once you've added a single unit looper to your chain, which you can see in video number 42, press the foot switch corresponding to the looper twice to stop playback. As you can see, there is a little sign there saying stop for pressing it twice, and it's currently playing back at the moment. So if you double tap it, it will stop the loop, like so, and then press the foot switch a single time to restart playback. Welcome to How To Music Tech. This is part 47 in this series. How to stop looper playback with a 2 unit looper. Once you've added a 2 unit looper to your chain, which you can see in video number 42, once you've recorded a loop and are in playback, you press the foot switch for the second unit. As you can see, this is a 2 unit looper. You press the foot switch for the second unit to stop playback, like so, and then you press the foot switch of the first unit to restart playback, like so. Welcome to How To Music Tech. This is part 48 in this series. How to delete a loop for a single unit looper. Make sure you've added a single unit looper to your chain, which you can see in video number 42. When the loop is stopped, press and hold the foot switch corresponding to the looper block, which is this one. So press and hold to clear. You can see a clear screen comes up. This will delete the current loop. Welcome to How To Music Tech. This is part 49 in this series. How to delete a loop for a 2-unit looper. Make sure you've added a 2-unit looper to your chain, which you could see in video number 42. When the loop has stopped, like it has now, press and hold the foot switch for the second unit of the looper. So you've got 2 units. So this is foot switch part number 2. Press and hold foot switch number 2, and you will clear the current loop. This will delete anything you've got for that current loop, and so you can start again. Welcome to How To Music Tech. This is part 50 in this series. How to set the loop recording time. Make sure you've added a looper to your chain, either a single or double unit looper, which you can see in video number 42. Use knob number 1 of the effect screen corresponding to the time. So for a 2-unit looper, it's on this one. For a single unit looper, it'll also be on knob number 1, but on the single screen. From there, you can use the knob to set the looper time from manual, so use the foot switches to start and stop recording, or you can set it between 1 and 64 quarter notes. If you're using a time, once the recording gets to that point in time, it will stop and automatically start playback. Welcome to How To Music Tech. This is part 51 in this series. Things to know with the loopers. The setting options include manual and 1 to 64 quarter notes. The recording time for the mono looper is from 1.5 to 80 seconds, or 40 seconds when undo is on. The recording time for stereo looper is 1.5 to 40 seconds, or 20 seconds when undo is on. Settings that will not fit the recording time will be automatically adjusted. Changing the recording time will delete the recorded data that you've just recorded. Welcome to How To Music Tech. This is part 52 in this series. How to turn on the undo function with the looper. You turn knob number 2 for the effect screen corresponding to the looper, which says undo. If you're using a single unit looper, it'll also be knob number 2. This toggles the undo function on or off. If it's on, the mono looper becomes a maximum of 40 seconds and the stereo looper becomes a maximum of 20 seconds. Welcome to How To Music Tech. This is part 53 in this series. How to use the undo redo function with the single unit looper. Make sure the undo function has been set to on, which you can see in video number 52. To undo an overdub, which we just finished recording, press and hold the foot switch corresponding to the looper for 1 second, and this will delete the last overdub. As you can see, undo comes up. If you want to redo this, press the same foot switch again for 1 second to restore the deleted overdub. So it comes up with redo. Welcome to How To Music Tech. This is part 54 in this series. How to use the undo redo function with a 2-unit looper. Make sure the undo function has been set to on, which you can see in video number 52. To undo an overdub, double press the foot switch corresponding to the looper. So it will stop overdubbing, and then you double press it to undo that overdub, which comes up with undo. This will delete the last overdub. To redo this, double press the same foot switch and it will restore the last deleted overdub, and it'll come up with redo. Welcome to How To Music Tech. This is part 55 in this series. How to set how the loop stops. Turn knob number 3 of the effect screen corresponding to the stop on the looper. This is a 2-unit looper, so it's on effect screen number 2 and knob number 3. On a 1-unit looper, it will just be knob number 3. You want the one that says stop. If you have it on stop, When you press the stop foot switch, it will stop playing back immediately. If you have it set to finish, once you've pressed the stop, it will play till the end of the loop, or you can have it on fade out. So when you press stop, the loop will fade out. Welcome to How To Music Tech. This is part 56 in this series. How to adjust the looper volume. Turn knob number 4 for the effect screen corresponding to the volume on the looper. So it's a 2-unit looper, so it will be on effect screen number 2 and knob number 4. For a single unit one, it will just be knob number 4 on the looper unit. Turn the knob. You can set the volume from anywhere between 1 all the way up to 100, just like so. Welcome to How To Music Tech. This is part 57 in this series. How to calibrate the expression pedal. Make sure the unit is off. Press and hold the menu button and switch the unit back on. Then you need to operate the pedal as instructed. So you set the minimum and then press the enter. Set the maximum, press to enter, and then you're complete. And then it'll fire up to the normal settings. You should calibrate in the following circumstances: when stepping on the pedal has little effect, or when the volume and tone changes greatly even when the pedal is only pressed lightly. Welcome to How To Music Tech. This is part 58 in this series. How to use the tap tempo. Press and hold the memory and stomp foot switch until you get to this screen here, and then press foot switch number 3 to enter the tap tempo settings. From there you can press foot switch number 3 at least twice at the tempo desired. Just like so. Or alternatively, you can use knob on this screen, knob number 1, to adjust the tempo manually. And then when you're finished, press the memory and stomp button again to exit. Welcome to How To Music Tech. This is part 59 in this series. How to check the current firmware. Press menu to open the menu, and then use the knob next to it to select version, and then press down to enter, and it will show you it's currently on system 2.2. Press the menu button again to go back to the previous screen. Welcome to How To Music Tech. This is part 60 in this series. How to restore to factory settings. Make sure the unit is switched off. Press and hold down the select knob located here and turn the unit back on. You'll get this screen here. To execute a factory reset, select yes and then press down to enter, or press down to enter on no to cancel. If you execute it, you'll get this screen show up here, and then it will show up when it's complete, and then it will power on as it would normally, and it will have restored everything back to factory settings. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this tutorial helpful. If you did, make sure you give it a like and subscribe to the channel now for more tutorials on this unit and others to come.